Just fucking do it. Subscribe now. Now, 20-some years ago, Dan Locke flew from Vancouver to Los Angeles to see me. He was 23 years old. He was short, pudgy, with pimples. And he brought this as his gift. Chinese always give you shit, you know. So he gave me this, which I still have. And I don't know, the rock is supposed to be some, something. Anyway, and I'm very appreciative. So I've seen him develop since he was a kid. He's 40, I'm going to say 2 now, something like that. So I've seen a full generation, not of just Dan, but of a lot of people. So when I tell you stuff, kids, I know what the odds are, what the probabilities are, what the outcomes are, because I've done it so many bloody times. Dan is one of the kids that has followed what I've said, not to a T, but almost to a T. And a few others have followed what my instructions are. So when I tell you stuff, it's based on tens of thousands of transactions, normally thousands of people, and arguably hundreds of thousands of outcomes. I say it facetiously, sarcastically. When I tell you the motherfucking sun's not coming up tomorrow, the motherfucking sun's not coming up tomorrow. And they, although you may not like it in Indonesia, Ireland, Liverpool, just because you don't like it doesn't mean a goddamn thing. I'm telling you, the motherfucking sun's not coming up. The motherfucking sun's not coming up. And that's why I'm blessed, you know, 3 of the sovereign funds, you know, China, Kuwait, and more recently Norway, come to me. Because they know when I say the motherfucking sun's not coming up, the motherfucking sun's not coming up. You may not like it, but the probabilities, 9 times or 99 times out of 100, I'm going to be correct. I told you when the Norwegian sovereign fund was here a couple years ago, I told them a much different scenario than all the pundits. They stayed here a couple of days interviewing me, and I told them all the guys, you know, and the few gals that you've interviewed, most of the people that you interview in life have an axe to grind. They have an opinion based on they're going to benefit. Virtually all the opinions I have, nobody's going to benefit. But I still say them. And the QLA seminar that you just completed here in the last few hours, the only person that's going to benefit is you. You may not like the consequences of the benefit, but that doesn't make them any less real. And so I want you to go out there and use it and kill the opposition. I didn't say competition. Kill the opposition because you have no competition. Just believe me. You have next to zero competition. Now, that's hard to believe in 2023. That's hard to believe that there's no competition. But there isn't any. And after 30 years, now maybe the next 30 years there'll be competition. I can't speak to the next 30 years. I can only tell you now there's no competition. There's just zero. Other questions?
The other day when we were
Pardon?
We were looking at the shareholder agreement for the first board meeting. You were saying we'd all get a copy of it.
Oh, it's all in your. I mean, the shareholder agreement will vary depending on what vertical you're in. If you choose to decide to be the major shareholder friendly, not everybody in this room is going to do that. You think, you talk, you bullshit each other, but not everybody's going to do that. Some of you are in business with your relatives, your relations, and you're not going to squeeze them out. I know you're not. So why pretend you are? So the person or persons or entities that can give you the shareholder agreements are the lawyers. When you tell the lawyers, after you interview and you find the lawyers that are going to represent you, I want somebody that's going to be major shareholder friendly. And they'll say, well, you're in business with your cousins. No. Major shareholder meaning just me. Doesn't mean my cousins, my uncles, my brothers. Just me. That's why we don't give you a document, because they're going to all change. Some of you, now, I'm not going to ask for you to raise your hand. You can't squeeze your father out. You can't squeeze your cousin out. You can't squeeze your brother out. I know. I'm not damning you for that. I'm not looking at you less than, but that's a fucking fact. For the Indians in the room or the Asians, you're not going to squeeze your relatives out. The odds of you squeezing your relatives out are slim and none. Even though Rabbi came here and he told me privately, I did it almost all. I didn't even want to know the details. You can't do it. So, why beat a dead horse? Or you shoot the horse in your case. But why, who's fooling whom? That's proper English. Who's fooling whom? Or who's kidding? And I'm telling the truth. Most of you, even though you shouldn't be married to the person you're married to, or whatever you call it, you're not just going to go home and shove them out the door. You got kids, you got this, you got the rent, you got, I can ask you for a list of 100 things, 100 reasons why you won't do it. I'm not dissing those 100 reasons. But every one of those 100 reasons is going to reduce the probability of being super successful. Correct. I'm not damning you for that. It's just the way it is. I was, not lucky, but for 10 years, short 3 weeks, I didn't see anything else. I was hungry. It's beyond hungry. I heard so many times, when's enough's enough? Fuck. I won't say 10,000 times, but at least several hundred times. When's enough, Dan? And I used to say never. Exaggerated, but never. I still remember that shit rolling down my legs. It's a sobering motherfucker. Well, wait a minute. Every day, dunce cap. Every fucking day. I start the school day with a dunce cap. I'm not making excuses for what I did. No wonder I was in the principal's office 3 times before lunchtime. I was a violent little fucker. I'm surprised I didn't stab my teacher. And the guy I dropped the aquarium on, I know he was trying to do the right thing. He was a Southern guy. He was from, I can't remember, but he was from the South. And he thought he was doing the right thing. He believed in spare the rod, spoil the child, which is what I believe in. And I think it's ironic. I got the last legal SWAT in California in May 1963. The last person to get hit by a teacher legally was me. I think that's, irony. But I was I'm not saying all the things I did I deserved. I deserved more beatings, more being in jail. But I was just crazy, rebellious. Other question? Yes, mitigation.
You took one of my jokes. I was going to ask you, what's the best way to mitigate giving away all of our shares?
Mitigate what?
Giving away all, 60% shares. But that was just
No, you can't easily. You set up an irrevocable trust, you put all your shares in. Now, I made a mistake because 85% of all my net worth I put in an irrevocable trust back in 1987. I would never do that again. Because I thought the 15% that I kept out of the trust was more than enough money for me to live the rest of my life. I underestimated inflation and a bunch of other stuff. And now we're redoing it right now again, as I told you. And I happened to walk in the room when they were talking about pulling the plug on me. So now we're, and the laws have changed. So we're reallocating. But you can't underestimate how much money you're going to go through. I've lived through, I'm almost 80. I've lived through how much money you can go through. Multiply it times 10. What you think is the allotment that you should allocate, you're way dead wrong. And you're dead wrong, you don't, well, for those of you that are older, you probably haven't, you're not going to have any more kids. Although the sperm that we're shooting, you may have a couple more kids. And then you're going to have grandkids, and they cost more. Going to the best schools is at least $250,000. At least, minimum. Even though I think it's a waste of money, a lot of kids think it's important. And our children went to the best schools. About $250,000 a pop. And now it's even more. Even though Harvard and Yale and Oxford and those kind of schools are saying that. And even Warren Buffett says college education isn't the end-all, be-all. As was told, maybe some of the very young in the room, you go out and get a good education, get the best job you could. And again, my dad's only goal was to keep me alive till I reached the age of reason, which some would argue I still haven't reached. But my dad, when he stood under the chandelier, standing right there, with me with my arm around him, just tell me it's not drugs, because he couldn't relate to. And you saw my front porch of my house. How do you go from there to here? To here. You saw the headlines I showed you in today's newspaper. Fuck. That's a quantum leap. But we'll see. You may leave here tomorrow with people picketing, placards, trying to, throw orange shit on you. Whatever they throw, they throw. Yeah, exactly. Did I answer your question, sir?
That was a funny question. The real question I had for you is, earlier we were talking about the 30-day contract.
Correct.
And we were talking about increasing compensation for those that stuck around.
Correct.
Are you rolling to, it's kind of a tied, this question is tied together. Are you doing that for every new employee? You're giving them a 30, 60, 90. And then two is you rolling that out at the same time you're rolling out your new comp package?
Correct.
Okay.
Same thing. And even though, for some of your ethnicities, you don't want to pay, but I'm just telling you, the more you pay, the better you get. Outcomes and employees. And as harsh as I am, people used to say, we hear, how can you have unlimited exploration money? How can you still have, not unlimited, but expense money? How can, when everybody else is going bankrupt? And he says, the boss, which they used to call me, the boss believes in sharing the wealth. And I really did, and I still do. One of the biggest challenges you're going to have, past the chairman where to get the money, okay, is why are we paying so much out? Because that'll be contrary to everything they've ever experienced in their business career. And then you won't be able to say this now. I live in a fucking castle, you live in a fucking flat in Baltimore. I understand that, okay? That you live in a flat in Baltimore. I mean, it works. And it does. I mean, share the wealth. The thing that I admire, maybe that's the wrong word, I more appreciate, Bill Gates shares the wealth. He doesn't get enough credit for that. Now he's taking heat because he went to the Epstein Island, but which I know a lot of guys that went to that fucking island. Even this kid would be smart enough not to go to the island. I mean, you don't know, okay? But I mean, that's, my mother used to say, my mother used to say, you go to bed with dogs, you get up with fleas. She was referring to the quality of females that I dated as a youngster. But I mean, it was so obvious. But another thing my mom said, and she a stiff penis has no conscience. What did you say, Mom? And then she said, no. But we all know what she means. Yeah, exactly. She's absolutely correct. And so I've done a bunch of things wrong, but I dodged that one. It just, because I knew there was trouble. It was trouble. Other question? Sir, in the back. Mike, okay, go ahead.
So you said that we should delegate as much as we can as fast as humanly possible. You said you delegate 5 things in your life.
I have 5 women that run my life.
And what are those?
He's one of them right there.
What are those 5?
Well, I split my travel up into worldwide, UK, and business meetings. That's 3. Kat's in charge of 1. Another woman in the Philippines named Thelma's in charge of 1. And another woman here, Kim, is in charge of 1. Okay. And then personal items are split between my wife, which is one of those 5 women, and another lady named Red. That's not a real name, but she's a comptroller, a numbers person. And I have 1 fact checker, which is standing right there. She knows this, Is this real? Is this legitimate? Is it honest? Is it, or is it bullshit? And then Kat will get back to me in half a day or a few hours. It's fake news or it's real. And if it's real and I want to run with it, we run with it. But you don't have time to do all this stuff and research all this stuff. Now, the biggest fallacy of the modern world, and almost all of you get emails on your cell phone. I don't get that. I don't know anybody that's a high-performance person that gets emails on their motherfucking cell phone. None. But you do. Why? Did you read a book or an app or something that told? Are you fucking stupid? Nobody gets emails on their cell phone that's a high-performance person. Yet almost everybody in this room does. And there's nobody in this room that's you're high-performance wannabes. Fine. But you're not high-performance yet. Why?
Where should we get the emails? Where should we get the emails?
On your fucking
computer, no?
Yes. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you? It's called time management. 75% of the emails you get are horse shit anyway. You don't have a clue about what time management is. Elon Musk and Bill Gates share something in common. They don't take emails on their phones, but you have each meeting is 5 minutes. Actually, Bill Gates is 6 minutes. Elon Musk is 5 minutes. So most of you can't say hello in 5 minutes when you have a face-to-face. Remember I told you about Michael Milken, the first meeting in the morning, it's 2 a.m. Most of you would never have gone to see him. And he says it eliminates 95% of all my meetings, Dan. So his meetings are between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. He doesn't want to meet you. That's his Doofus Test. I told you about the Doofus Test, You have to fight traffic 2 ways, and I find out when's your anniversary. That's our first meeting. Valentine's Day, that's our first meeting. Hanukkah, whatever your religion is. Ramadan. If you don't want to meet, fuck you. See, you won't do that. I remember the first meeting I set up with a very high-profile Muslim, and one of his assistants emailed one of my assistants. They said, this must be a mistake, because, no, Mr. Peña, that's exactly, if they can't meet, then there's not going to be a meeting. He came. He came. Everything's asked, not everything, but many things are asked backwards now. And the fewer people that you meet with, most, in a year, let's just say you have 1,000 meetings. You know that 995 meetings aren't worth a shit. You know that. So why in year 2 do you do the same regimen? Why?